Dead Space. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words on Steam. The sci-fi survival horror classic returns, completely rebuilt to offer an even more immersive experience, including visual, audio and gameplay improvements, while staying faithful to the original game's thrilling vision. Before we go anywhere, guys, let's have a quick look at the graphical options for the game and talk about how well it runs and how well it looks. It looks gorgeous. There's a few things you can twiddle and tweak with if it's not running well. For you, but on my system, the i9 2080, it ran great. No real problems at all in the performance. I had everything banged up to ultra, but I was only running it in 1080p, so you should bear that in mind before you go out and buy it based on what I've just said. So it's a massive upgrade from Dead Space. I mean, you would expect it to, I think, 2008 Dead Space or whatever it was. I don't know. I haven't actually looked it up. I think it was around about there. So yeah, it's a massive graphical improvement. You notice it immediately, and all the way through, it's just gorgeous. Sometimes some of the enemies look a bit latexy when they're wet, but generally speaking, it looks fantastic. The atmosphere in this game is just next level. It's off the scale, guys. Some of the environments you walk into, you are shitting yourself. Absolutely. Speaking of shitting yourself, guys, I streamed this the other night, and I promised them I'd show this clip of what I did was I played the first hour and a half of the game, then decided I should stream this. Started the stream, and I came to the same part in the game in the stream that I remembered. It was a part where there was 3 dead bodies, and in the first time I played it, the third one jumped up and scared the shit out of us, and I thought, I ain't falling for this again. So here's the original, where you can see me getting scared. And this next clip, it look a bit grainy because I've copied it straight away from the stream, but this is what happened in the stream. I remember this. 3 bodies on the floor. You'll see this in my review, because I was recording this bit. I shot that one, nothing happened. I shot that one, nothing happened, and thought, that's fine. That prick there got up and tried to eat me face. So I ain't falling for that. Ah! The fucking hell! It changes! Oh my goodness! Each playthrough is slightly different, guys. It is slightly, bodies are in different positions, different ones jump up. So yeah, I'm not saying there's a lot of replayability in this, but there is a game mode plus with an alternative ending. So there is a little bit. And if you have played the original Dead Space, which most of you have, there are changes. I'll go through a few of them. There's a new crew member, and there's a crew member missing. This guy with the tash is gone. He didn't, I don't think he even had a speaking part. He's just like he's a red shirt, guys. He gets the axe, and this girl there, she's been put in. Also, you can do 0G like you could in the second one. It's in this now. There's a lot of not a lot of 0Ging around, but there's a bit. There's a few levels where you have to fly around like Iron Man. I didn't really care much for them. It still felt a bit clunky, to be honest, guys. In fact, the game is clunky. Let's just, call it out. It is a clunky game, and especially when you're trying to use a keyboard to access certain things in the UI. I have to keep pressing, but like press enter to confirm you want to buy this. Yes, okay, I just did. And again, and again. Oh, also you want to buy it? Yes, I fucking do. So be prepared for a lot of that. In the actual UI system. And as far as the game's concerned, sometimes you've got to position yourself right. It's like all third-person games are clunky, trying to get yourself in the right position to pick certain things up or interact with certain things. It goes without saying, it goes with the turf of actual playing a third-person game. The Ishimura itself is slightly different laid out to the original, and there's a few more places to explore. There's a few more locked doors that need security clearance and a bit more loot to find out there. There was loads of save game points all over the place. That's one of the things. I felt that there was more, but maybe there isn't. I can't really remember. I didn't like the original Dead Space that much. It was simply because, and I'm coming to the biggest change now, it was the field of view. Isaac, the guy who you play as, he took up crazy amounts of, about a third of your freaking screen in the original. Now it's so much better. He's nowhere near as big on the screen. You get to see tons more than you would in the original, and he even speaks now. I don't like that. I always think protagonists should be told to shut the f*** up, because they'll spout some shit that you just think, oh, I wouldn't have said that, that's not me. I prefer to have a silent protagonist so that when I'm immersed in a game, I can just say what I want, do what I think, you know? But yeah, it is what it is. Now, I played it through on medium, and has to be said, guys, it's bloody great. It really is good. I didn't like the first one anywhere near as much as I love this one. This is how it's meant to be played. And do you know what? When you play this, it is an old game, I get it, but it's like, it feels brand new. It's disgraceful when you play it because you realize just what a good game it is. And when you compare it to the absolute shite that gets released now, then no wonder they're remaking all these. They can't make games anymore on the AAA. AAA can't make fucking games anymore, guys. I mean, look at Callisto Protocol. Compare that to this. That was a bag of shite. This is, it's scary as shit. The atmosphere, it's the immersive atmosphere that's missing now from games. They just can't do it. Everything has to be like smart arsery now. But this is a proper, brilliantly crafted environment, specifically designed to make your pants go brown. It's as simple as that. The reason it's took me 2 days to actually get this review out is because I refused to rush. I just loved the atmosphere of just taking me time, going around really slowly, checking every corner, just checking them corners. And do you know what I really love about this game? It can ruin everything in a second. You can be, oh yeah, I'm doing all right here. Yeah, I've got full health. I've got some decent bits of ammo. I've got some nice weapons. And, you know, I'm taking the monsters down methodically. It's all good. I'm getting scratched here and there, but nothing too bad. And then all of a sudden, you get whacked by 4 at a time in a position where it's not a very good place to fight, where you maybe in a corner and, well, you just get wrecked. You might select the wrong gun for the wrong enemy by mistake. You might go into a little bit of a panic. And yeah, you just get absolutely creamed and you just think, why did I use that gun? Why did I press that button there? Why didn't that do this? Why didn't I use stasis to slow them down? What the? And it'll just wreck your day. It's brutal. It's brutal, guys, but really good fun. There's also some side quests being added in onto the actual game, but to be honest with you, just doing the main quest, I mean, there's not a lot, let's be honest. It's just like little branch-offs now and then, but all the time you do feel like you're doing something worthwhile on the ship. You feel like you're rebuilding something that's been absolutely decimated, and you just really do feel like the crew of that ship are all over the place, especially when you go into the mining area and the miners have like laid traps for the enemies, and you can just kind of see little fires here and there, some like blasted damage on the wall, and you're using tools. Let's not forget that. You're not picking up regular weapons, although you do have a couple, but you're mainly using like cutters, cutting beams and stuff like that, as just modifying them into weapons, which makes it feel all the more gritty and real. And I'm a bit of a cutter man myself. I just love that first one. And you've got a big perk system where you can you get these little nodes and you go to one of these benches that's dotted around, and what you can do is you can modify a lot your different weapons and get different upgrades for them. And also your suit, you can give yourself a bit more health and things like that. So there's a lot of stuff to do if you haven't played the game before. There's a lot of stuff to experience in the progression of your character. But also you have to be aware that the enemy just get more brutal as you go on, and some of the bigger monsters take a lot of bringing down. And everybody has different methods of doing it. What I do is I just go into a blind fucking panic, swear a lot and scream. And it just seems to work. I think that's the best thing about the game. It makes you panic. It makes it makes me panic, and you haven't got. If you panic in this game, you'll pay for it. It punishes you if you panic. You've got to keep a cool head. You've got to keep your aim just. You've got to chop off their legs, chop off their arms. You know, slice and dice them a little bit, And if you don't like all the slicing and dicing and dismembering and vomiting and all of that stuff, there's a setting in the accessibilities which warns you of... hang on, I nearly laughed. It warns you of... I can't say it with a straight face. Oh, there's a mode where it switches off and it blurs shit out, guys. Seriously. Oh, man. Seriously. Alright, okay. Whatever. Yeah, there's a mode. There's a mode. It's a game, man. It's not real. It's a puppet. I do have a couple of gripes with the game. There was a couple of bugs. Not a lot. Just a couple that I encountered. But that's not the big gripe. The big gripe is the big price. £50 for a game that already exists. I'm sorry. That's a bit. That is just scandalous, guys. 30. Yeah. I'd get away with 30. But this isn't worth £50 if you've got Dead Space. It's just like polishing an old game. I mean, you know, it's ridiculous. £50 for a game that they've already designed, already have the characters, already have most of the voices, already have they've got everything. They're just doing it up. £50 place. Do what I did, guys. If you're just going to play it once, go on to the Origin, buy Origin Play Pro for $14.99, then just cancel it immediately, and you can get the game for $14.99 and experience it. Because I don't think you're going to want to go and play it more than twice, I would think, just to get the alternative ending. But if you want to keep it, if you want it in your collection, then, you know, hand over 50 quid or wait for a sale. It's as simple as that. So there you go, guys. That's Dead Space, a fantastic remake. This is how you should remake a game, to be honest with you. Absolutely brilliant. I highly, highly recommend it.